do. Just get everything set up. That should be fine. This one's full. Hey, Sound, how you doing? Thanks for popping by. Milosh, how's it going? Not too much, Sound. Pretty standard day today. I was supposed to study, got 0 studying done. Got a video ready for tomorrow. And then yeah, that was my fucking day. God, making videos takes so much longer than I originally ever thought. Even though I've been making them for so long, it always surprises me how long it takes. It's kind of phenomenal. Bullseye, thanks for popping by. How you doing? Ramiro, how's it going? What time is it for you, Ramiro? Is it not like super early? Okay, you should be like 10 hours ahead or something? Maybe less? It's 10 p.m. for me. What time is it for you? Okay. All right. Let me just get something pulled up here, and then we'll get started. Okay. Dope. All right. No, sorry. Let me get this out of the way. Kami, how's it going? Thanks for popping by. How's it going? All right. Relatively, Ramiro is deranged. Okay. Did something happen at Easy's stream today? I was awake since 2. How long was Easy streaming? His stream was like 3-4 hours? How long was his stream? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just gonna get one more thing set up here and then we'll get started. Okay, dope. By the way, can you put low latency on chat? There's a lot of, okay. Let me see if I can figure out how to edit this. 3 in a minute. Okay, 3 his stream started at 4. So why did you wake up at 2, Ramiro? What? Can I figure this out? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to figure this out, am I? Stream set. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this later, Ramiro. I have no fucking clue how to do this. I'm gonna have to look this up later. You know how inept I am with the tech. Anyway, I'm probably gonna go to sleep. Ask the others if they agree on keeping 162. All right, sounds good, Kami. I'll ask everyone else. No worries. You started studying at 2 a.m.? Excuse me? Wait, Bullseye, how many chapters did he read? I swear he can schedule some unimaginable time checks. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Oh, I'm at 162. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to start at 159. Give me a second. Nope. Wait, how many? Easy was live for 3 hours. How many chapters did he get done? 3 hours should be like. Well, for me, it'd be like 8 or 9 chapters. Okay, yeah, 7 or 8. Okay, yeah, so about the same. Okay. Arodas, how's it going? No, that like 8 hours, 3 hours, 8 chapters. That feels like totally fair, dude. I don't know how much. Like, I could theoretically do 9 because I average about 20 minutes a chapter, but I would start slowing down near the end too. So like, I feel like that's no slower than my pace. 159, bestowment and sacrifice. All right, yeah. So once again, it's going to be a relatively short stream. Should be maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. Shouldn't be too long at all. We'll stop at 162 and then stream for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me. Well, no, fucking tomorrow for everybody. Or no, not tomorrow. Okay, next stream will be in give or take exactly 12 hours. If you're in the Discord, I'll of course give you a heads up. Unlike what I did right now, because I'm a dick. But yeah, sorry about that. I was at the gym and Easy was streaming until like not too long ago, and I was like, ah, fuck it, I might have to skip today's stream. Okay. Oh, Kami, you have no idea how much slower it is, dude. Holy shit, it is so much slower. Unhinged, you almost had me there. Holy shit. I've been talking to everyone and I've been getting replies, and you still almost had me. That's wild. That's actually impressive. Good job, guys. Okay. 159. Bestowment and sacrifice. Messy Chinese sentences were scribbled on the yellowish-brown goat skin. 2nd August. This goes deeper than I imagined. History sure is something that can be manipulated easily. August 5th. I witnessed the abilities of a high sequence beyonder today. It was scary indeed. There's a qualitative change that happens to them in a particular aspect. It was as though they've transformed into a deity. No wonder they're described as demigods, though I think calling them legendary beings is more fitting. Bullseye. Discord. I believe it should be in the description. If you can't find it, let me know. I can send a link in the chat. 6th August. There's something strange going on. Why would the 7 major churches adopt such a strange attitude towards the potions? Unhinged just got banned over. Gigas play. He said some outrageous things. Unless if they're not spoilery, you're gonna have to message me what those were. Unhinged. I'm so curious now. If they're not spoilery. Not in the chat, but you can just send them to me on Discord. I always like to. At the low to mid sequences, they not only provide the main ingredients to those who manage to advance, but they're also generous enough to share the formulas and demonstrate the processes needed to create the potions. They would also explain in detail if a ritual is needed to create the medicine, yet finished potions are the only thing they provide to those who are advancing to higher sequences. Interesting. Oh, I can't... Okay, I can't hear about them yet. Okay, no worries. That's fine. Interesting. So, when you get to higher sequences, they don't even help you that much. Well, I guess they give you the finished potions. Oh, I guess the difference is they don't tell you the formulas. They just give it to you. Interesting. Okay, he said a ship and Romero time me out. Okay. This isn't logical. Shouldn't they be keeping a formula a secret for the lower sequence potions and give the candidates the completed potions, since it's relatively easy to gather the necessary ingredients and create the potions? As for the higher sequences, shouldn't they share the formulas and make the promising members search for the ingredients due to the difficulty of obtaining the main ingredients? That seems like a reasonable thing. We were talking about a bunch of ships, so a bunch of cursed ships. Okay, interesting. 9th August. The events of the past 2 days have made me uncomfortable. I started the Industrial Revolution with my own hands and personally ushered the age of steam and machinery, but this will create the conditions necessary for the evil god to descend the earth? Interesting. What does he mean? The conditions necessary for the evil god to descend upon this earth. Klein knitted his brows. His index fingers tapped on the edge of the ancient table. Interesting. That's what that ship implied. Did Mr. Fool encounter a difficult problem? Or, Klein knitted his eyebrows. His index finger tapped the edge of the ancient table. Did Mr. Fool encounter a difficult problem? Anything that can trouble him must be of something of another level. Audrey looked at the leader obscured by the thick fog and interpreted his state through his body language. Devil, how's it going? Klein was indeed pondering over the problem related to the upper echelons, but he didn't arrive at an answer. He considered the possibility of using divination to get some sort of revelation. I wouldn't do that. We've learned what divining such vague things can do. They need, yes, they need steam-powered trains. It's like It's like when someone tries to argue that when someone tries to argue like religion with like tech, like, oh my god, you don't understand, we're getting further away from God. It's like, bro, I don't know what that means. Mix Klein, that's a great chip. You know what, Provoker, take a mod. God, I shiver to think what would happen if you became mod Unhinged. Oh my god. Yes, it would be impossible to divine something of use with such simple sentences. I'm not a prophet. What if I divine with the statement, the conditions necessary for the evil god to descend upon this earth? It feels too risky. The evil god might not be as horrifying as EBS, but its abilities might be much more mysterious. It might even be able to trace the divination back to me. There's no way to divine how large of a risk I'll be taking if I were to divine that statement. After all, just divining if something possesses any danger is dangerous. Once it has deities involved. Miex, my crush. That's a great chip, Milos. And you know what the really cool thing is? It's possible too. You just have to go talk to her. You've got it, man. Just go ask her out. It'll be fun. From what I understand, she vaguely knows, I think you mentioned she knows some stuff about you, so she knows you vaguely exist, so just go talk to her. Just ask her to like study together or something. I don't know. Whatever fucking kids do. The arrangement of the churches regarding the potions is indeed mysterious. I wonder what kind of secrets they're hiding. Perhaps I'll receive some kind of hint about that once Spirit Guide Daily is made Archbishop or a high-ranking deacon and enters the core of the church. I'll keep this in mind and put more effort into the observation. Roselle's description does make me look forward to the power of high-sequence beyonders. The Unhinged Provoke. Many thoughts flashed through his mind before Klein stopped tapping the edge of the ancient table and looked at Justice, Hangman, and the Star. You can start your discussion freely now. Devil, you... oh, never mind. Yeah, I forget. Bro, why is he shipping minors? I don't know too much about Abhinay. He's in the Discord, but I've never talked to him very much, so I don't know how, if he too is a minor or anything. Alder immediately said, Mr. Fool, Miss Justice, I have received a new piece of information. The Rear Admiral infiltrated Backland to complete a difficult mission. He might stay for an extended period of time and create an appalling tragedy. Also, I know that this incident involves a very important item. An item that would allow him to quickly become a high-sequence beyonder. Quickly become a high-sequence beyonder? Does he not fear losing control of himself? Audrey asked. The Rear Admiral was a Sequence 6 Wind Blast, so there was still a sequence between him and Sequence 4. Alger had expected this question. He answered honestly, that's why the object is important to him. Interesting. Wait, Sequence 6 Wind Blast. Do I know which thing this is part of? Is this in the notes? Sorry. Which sequence or like sequence chain this is part of? Hold on. I don't think I have this in my notes. Do I? I don't recall this. Wind Blast. I know they've mentioned it before. Why is this? It's not in my notes. What the fuck? I feel like this should be here. What is happening? They mentioned this before, and I feel like the Sun also said which thing it was part of. What the fuck? It's part of Sailor. Oh, it's after Sequence 6, Sequence 7, Seafarer. Oh, why do I not have this? Sequence 6, Wind Blast. What the fuck? I feel like I should have this. Easy, how's it going? Thanks for popping by. You just finished your stream, didn't you? How many chapters did you get through today? Sorry, let me get this pulled up. You started weird stuff at the end of your stream, and they're continuing it here. Okay, it's part of Sequence. Pretty sure you do. Yeah, no, for some reason I missed that in my notes. It should have been there, like Sequence 6 Wind Blast. I mean, in hindsight, it should be really obvious that the fucking pirate is, the Rear Admiral pirate is part of the fucking Sailor sequence, but like, it just wasn't in my notes for some reason. I don't know why. The competition has arrived. No such thing. No such thing. Plastic January. I don't believe I've had you here before. Thanks for popping by. Red 8. Had to... And then go out for a bit. You got... Man, you're a better person than me. Like, I think the max I've ever done, someone can confirm this, was 8 chapters. And my throat was killing me. Holy shit, dude. I've seen your streams and, like... I've seen your videos because I'm subscribed, but like, I haven't watched them, obviously. And you do like 10 chapters in a stream, I'd fucking have a stroke on the spot. No shot. Okay, you know what? I get that you guys are huge Trump fans in here. Let's calm the fuck down, okay? No war. Okay? I'm like a 70s hippie, okay? Make peace, not war. Or no, that's not it. Make love, not war. That's it. There we go. Yes. Yeah. I appreciate you popping by. January. He did a 9-hour stream for the end of the volume? Excuse me? Easier. You did a 9-hour stream, bro? This is the end of the stream. The stream for like 9 hours. Oh God. Oh, my heart aches thinking about it, dude. No shot. Oh my God. At the end, as you started 180, you might, dude. Do you understand? There's not a fucking chance in the universe I can do 15 hours split by like with an 8-hour split in the middle or some shit. I'd be off my fucking rocker. That would be my last stream ever because I would die immediately. No shot. Like we can do like maybe one day I can do like 6 or 7 hours worth of stream, like a 3 or 4 hour stream in the morning, and then like take a little bit off and then do another 3 or 4 hours. I can probably get through in that time like 15 or 16 chapters if I'm pushing it, but fuck, if I try to go any longer than that, it doesn't end well, guys. No, I'm not, dude. I totally get it. I totally understand why you would want to do that. I'm just saying I physically don't have the capabilities. Like, I don't have the base stats for it. Like, whatever's Easy's fucking strength status or durability status is like fucking 10 higher than mine. I can't do that. I would fucking die. Okay. When did you turn captions on? Unhinged, fuck off. You must surpass him and go even. Okay, All Might, let's calm the fuck down, Milos. Well, yeah, but there's like a substantive difference, right? Like, Easy does the, what do you call it? Like, Easy does the streams all the time. Like, that's his thing. And like, hey, absolutely fucking love him for that. But like, for me, I would still say like, for me, my main thing, that's not a word, but fucking take it with a grain of salt, is like the videos. Cause like, I feel like those take me relatively so much more effort. To like, the streams are just like a fun thing I do. Cause like again, everyone knows, like, or like most people here know, like my reason for streaming was like, I was gonna fucking read the novel anyway. So let me just do it on stream. But like, so yeah, no, he can have the #1 title for LOTM streamer. That's all Easy. Yeah, I don't, not even trying to fight with him on that one. You guys are very different vibes. Yeah, that's what, like, again, once I get what do you call it? Once I get a little bit closer to where Easy is, like, and I can like pop by for streams, that'd be really cool. If you're sure, all right, thank you. It's just it's DMC. Devil, it's not bad. It depends on, I don't know. Have you ever played the Devil May Cry games, or like read any manga or comic books for Devil May Cry? It just depends on that. But you're consistent and Easy never has a regular. Thanks, Unhinged. I appreciate it. DMC anime is bad if you've had experience with the franchise beforehand. So, like, if you've played the games or like read the comic books or manga or anything, they don't do Dante justice, unfortunately. But if you haven't, totally worth watching. I think it's a great segue into a good series that you will come to like. It's a really good series and stuff. But if you have that experience and you try to go into it, it's not great because Dante feels like a 2D version of himself. Like he doesn't feel fleshed out, you know. It just feels fucked. Okay, Provoker. Okay. All right, we're just talking. All right, this was supposed to be a short stream. It's gonna end up being like 2 hours now. No, I have to get up in like 8 hours. I can't. Okay, it's fine. Fuck it. DMC 3 was at peak. DMC 5, I also really liked 5, man. That was a fun fucking game. I loved it. That shit was. Sorry, hold on. Let me pull it up. My fucking This really feels like seeing C5. Sorry, hold on. Alright. Oh, fuck off. Come on. Okay, why the fuck is this lagging so much? Excuse me? Alright, I'm gonna go back to reading Shadow Slave. Alright, based. Like, this shit? Are you fucking kidding me? Insta-fan, okay? No, anyone who has never played DMC could watch this 147-second clip and just immediately go, I have to play all of the games. What the fuck? This is so amazing. This is so based. Look at how fucking smooth that shit is, dude. Holy shit. Look at that. This is fucking amazing. Yeah. Okay, you tell me. Someone who has never watched or pulled out... you pulled up your notes. Oh, fuck you, Unhinged. Dude, if Ramiro ever saw my notes, he would have a stroke because it's so fucked. Like, I just have everything out of order everywhere because I'm very unorganized, and then I just Control F every time I need to find something. It's totally fucked. So, like, I have lore in between of sequences, and like it's all fucked. I'm gonna have to eventually make it neater, but it'll do for now. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get back to reading. All right. Yeah, exactly. That shit was based as fuck. Okay. Of course, those are simply my deductions. The information I received goes like this. The Rear Admiral believes that once he completes the commission and obtains the object, he will be the equal of Nast, the king of the 5 seas. The 4 pirate kings would then become the 5 pirate kings, and the 7 admirals will be reduced to 6. This motherfucker's leaving the 7 warlords and becoming one of the Yonkos. The average person might not be aware of this, but as Beyonders, we should know that Pirate Kings are either high-sequence Beyonders or are able to reach the combat strength of a high-sequence Beyonder with the use of Beyonder boats and mysterious items. Just to be clear, they've been mentioned before, but we don't know anything about them, right? Like, Beyonder boats, I assume, are the same as, like, ghost boats, I think? Or ghost ships that were mentioned? But, like, I don't know anything about... I know they exist, but, like... I think someone told me that with a ghost ship, it doesn't need a captain to steer it, basically, but... I don't know shit beyond that. Dude, you read Lord of the Mysteries without notes? That's fucking nuts. I have notes, and I fucking forget everything all the time. And then I don't write shit down in my notes, and then I fucking have to look it up anyway. Or ask someone. It's a fucking mess. I don't know how I'd get through this without anything. Sorry. For the Rear Admiral to be acknowledged as their equal, he must reach standards that are close to that. That's my deduction. I read without notes as well. would have quartered your reading speed. Oh, because he kept having to go back. All I know is that the King of the Five Seas, Nast, is a Sequence 4 Beyonder, but I'm not sure the name of his potion. Klein listened silently, not giving an opinion. Where does one apply to become a Pirate King? I would assume Pirate King is like the same thing as or one of the four kings or whatever the fuck they call it, is the same as like becoming a Yonko in One Piece, which is just like once you're of a certain level of renown and people start putting you in the same category as like Kaido or Big Mom, or well, I guess neither of those are Yonkos anymore. So like, who the fuck is the current Yonko? Buggy and Luffy, and who the fuck else is the current Yonko? Dude, what? Shanks, obviously. Who the fuck is the fourth one? Blackbeard. Holy shit, Blackbeard. How did I miss this? Hold on. Okay, sorry. Okay. All I know is that, yes. Okay. The son, Derek, didn't understand anything that the hanged man said. He didn't know who he was, but he still listened attentively. He felt that a new door had presented itself in his world. Pirates, the place they live in has seas that are mentioned in the books, then the environment these people live in must be very different from the City of Silver. They don't seem to be very concerned about the curse or the attacks of the things of the dark. It definitely makes me curious. But Mr. Fool once asked me not to ask about the secrets of others. It's a very rude gesture, Derek thought in his heart, once again observing the hanged man in justice. The hanged man looked at the fog-enshrouded fool, pondered over his words before he looked at Justice and emphasized, there are two key points in what I just said. The first being the fact that the Rear Admiral was staying backland for a while. The second is that the incident involves a very important and very mysterious object. So, Mr. Fool, are you not tempted? There is ample time for you to send your adorer to backland. Fuck, he's gonna get exposed. Alger added in his heart. Whew, but didn't dare say out loud. All he could do was beat around the bush. Thank God. He would have been fucking certified as a scammer, dude. Same. I would still be reading if I was taking notes. Blackbeard, yes, yes, thank you. What do you mean Blackbeard did nothing wrong? Excuse me? He killed Whitebeard, bro. He killed his brother as a member of the Whitebeard Pirates to get his fucking the dark fruit. Fuck off. So I know. So technically unhinged, it is much more advantageous in terms of copyright law to be covering the book. Absolutely. That's why Easy does it. What I'm doing is like stupid. I'm going to eventually have to stop doing this. I got to figure. My problem is I don't know how to, like, I just feel unhinged. I swear to God, you fucking delete that message right now or fucking I'm going to ban you. Holy shit. Nothing has triggered me this much in a long time. You take that bitch down now. So yeah, I'm going to definitely have to cover it up or do something with it. I don't know. I just, like, I feel bad not showing you guys what I'm reading because it just fundamentally feels weird, but I'm going to have to do something because this is a huge copyright problem. It absolutely is. Username, thanks for popping by. How you doing? Good man, Unhinged. Good man. Okay. Okay. Wait, where the fuck am I? Mr. Alger, you don't need to emphasize this repeatedly. I know what you're getting at, but my abilities do not allow me to interfere in these matters. Furthermore, I can't leave Tinjin without permission. Klein leaned back in thought and frustration. Ignoring the Adorer, I actually find two relatively strong Beyonders to help. One is Daly, who has advanced to Sequence 6, but I can't tell her everything. The most I can do is mention that I've gotten some information that the Rear Admiral has infiltrated Backland and is living at a particular street and what he plans to do. That way, Daly might directly enlist the help of the Nighthawks, making the situation very complicated and troublesome. If you guys cannot find anybody to help you when the time comes, then I can try to prevent a tragedy. The second person is Mr. Azek, but I can't expose my identity as the fool to him. I don't have the proper reason to get him to interfere with this incident. Many thoughts flashed through his mind as Klein slowly replied, I'm aware. I'm worried about showing chapter. Oh, yeah. No, easy. It's, I privated on my own. Manhwa is, I know, a lot more strict. Fuck off. Sorry, not you guys. In terms of, like, copyright. I'm curious how it works with, novels though, because I've read some copyright law on it, and it seems to be like sort of 50-50, because as I'm sure you know, Easy, it's like fair use, but the question is what becomes transformative in this case, since we are reading it, but it's like how much, whether that's interaction with the chat or whether that's like shit I'm pulling up or like stuff I'm doing in the middle, makes it transformative. So it's just like I have to do more research, but like either way, in the short term, I'm keeping this as is, but in the medium to long term, I'm going to have to figure something out, because even though I have I'm going to say like a 65% chance that nothing happens, I don't like that 35% chance. That still feels like a lot. So I'm going to have to do something. Again, I feel like if I had to argue it with like copyright for like a copyright strike and stuff, I could argue it with some level of competency that it's transformative. But like again, I'd rather not be in that shithole if I don't have to be. Yeah, exactly. Unhinged. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if maybe half of the screen I can do like fucking, let's say like if I was to do what the fuck, like let's say if I was to do this and then have like some non-copyright video or something playing on the left side or some shit. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something. I don't fucking know what it looks like. Romero says just to take it off or blur it, which might be an option. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay. Yes. Many thoughts flashed through his mind as Klein slowly replied, I'm aware. Seeing how the fool continued not to place much importance in the matters of the Rear Admiral, he sighed and held back his disappointment. He started asking about the investigation Miss Justice conducted last week. In conclusion, we have more or less targeted the general area the Rear Admiral is at, and will soon start the next phase of investigations. Audrey gave a simple summary, and then with the attitude that she was doing something important, said, we need more information, preferably the hobbies and habits of the Admiral. Dude, username. I unironically thought about that. I'm not even fucking kidding me. I'm not even kidding. I actually had that idea of doing that kind of fucking bullshit where like Subway Surfers or whatever the fuck on the side. Because my thought process was, one, ADHD. I feel like that'd be good for retention. By the way, good morning, Dr. Z. Thanks for popping by. How's your day going? And second, I feel like that would make it so easy for me to upload shorts. I've never uploaded shorts because like my content doesn't do well for it. I don't even know how the fuck I would go about it, dude. I don't even know what that looks like. Like, I'm good at making long form videos because I've been doing it for so long. The shorts thing is beyond my fucking comprehension. I don't know what to do with it. But like, I was thinking like, oh, if I had like Subway Surfers or like Family Guy clips or some shit on the side, I could then run this. I could then post clips so easily because I could do like the clip at the bottom, my face at the top, and then just reading over like an important thing or like discussing a theory or something. And that would be such easy shorts content. I was like, holy fuck. So I unironically thought about it. You can't say, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Holy shit. Hold the fucking phone. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Okay, hold on. Every fucking time it does this. Holy shit. Minecraft parkour. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to update. off. Like, let's see if this works. Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. Let me just see if I can get this fixed up, guys. This is streaming in a clip channel on Discord. Interesting. Oh, for fuck's sakes! I was trying to fuck around with the overlay, and it just for fuck's sakes. Okay. Is it okay if I leave this for now, guys, and then I'll fix it before tomorrow morning stream? It's gonna. Again, I'm so fucking autistic with this shit. It's going to take me so long to try to figure out what's happening. Okay. Sorry. Seeing how the... Yes. Yes. Alder recalled, he loves fish, particularly fish from the sea. He would slice it and eat it raw. What the fuck? He also likes hard liquor and despises champagne, red wine, and the like. Wait, is it there now? Let's go! Okay. Wait, unless Unhinged is fucking with me. Unhinged might be fucking with me. I don't know. It's Unhinged. Okay. Whatever. It's fine. He will also look for women to relieve his needs whenever he heads to shore, and with his strong body, one woman will not be enough to satisfy him. He's used to using cold weapons and avoids hot weapons. What the actual fuck does cold weapons mean? Is he like poking people with the fucking... Is he like poking people with icicles? What's this motherfucker doing? No, it's not there, but it's fine. Okay, fine. Okay. Thanks, Romero. I will... Yeah, I'll figure it out for the morning stream. I don't fucking know, dude. He cannot be away from the water for long periods, and what I mean by that is he needs to swim or dive once every couple of days. Audrey committed these facts to memory, creating an ample character of the Admiral in her mind. Let's hope that the investigation will be a success. It's a pleasure working with you. She smiled after Alger was done. My pleasure. All Alger could do was force himself to believe in Miss Justice, who had considerable power in Backland. Throughout the interaction, Klein seemed to be listening intently, but in reality, his thoughts have been diverted to another question. That was the question of how to deliver ingredients to the sun if he did manage to obtain them. Cold weapons are the ones that work without gunpowder? Oh, axes and such and blades. I see. Okay, I was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. But in fairness, my joke about the icicle was fucking hilarious. So you know what? I'm gonna stick to assuming that he just stabs people with icicles. Hold on. Now that he had a passable understanding of the field of mysticism, Klein instinctively followed the line of thought of using ritualistic magic. This reliance was natural given the successes he had when using ritualistic magic. When I was previously flipping through the confidential information of the Nighthawks, I came across records of the goddess bestowing holy items to her followers. There were also records of items descending in rituals involving evil gods or the devil. Or devils, rather. Does this mean that I can bestow someone something when responding to a prayer and transfer materials that way? Oh, that's so clever. What the fuck? Username? I've never known you to be this sassy, dude. What the fuck? Random butt chin man with icicles. True aura, dude. Holy shit. What did I miss? Not much. Well, I'm like not even through the first fucking chapter that I started. It's slow reading today. What the fuck? A lot of delays. In previous attempts, I could only reply with thoughts containing pictures and voices, but that doesn't mean I'll always stay that way. There could be some new changes when I advance to sequence 8. Yes, because fucking gods are equal to sequence 8 beyonders, Klein. God, get your shit together. There's also something important to consider. Can I bring materials from the real world into the world above the Grey Fog? And there's often a step for sacrifices and rituals involving evil gods and devils. Can I consider sacrificing something to myself? And then read alright, and I say, yeah, no worries. Username. This is gonna be okay. Well, this is supposed to be a pretty short stream because it's only 4 chapters, but I'm getting fucking delayed as fuck today because I'm like nearly 40 minutes in. I average generally about 20 minutes a chapter. I should be done almost 2 chapters by now. This is crazy. Yes. In that way, perhaps I can bring some materials from the real world into the world above the Grey Fog. If this attempt is successful, I can get items directly from Justice, the Sun, and Hanged Man and bestow them to myself. Yes. Sacrifice is something a more advanced ritual is considered a more advanced ritual, so I won't be able to learn it now. The most important thing is to improve my abilities. Klein reined in his thoughts and once again listened in on the conversation of other members. He listened as the discussion changed from the Admiral to the characteristics of particular monsters. Sometime later, he smiled. Let's end it here for today. By your will. The 3 stood up at the same time. After severing the connections of the members, Klein quickly descended from the fog and left the mysterious space. When he returned to his room, he dispelled the wall of spirituality and pulled back the curtains by the oriel window, allowing the sunlight to shine in. There are 2 important things to do this week. The first is to get examined and advance to sequence 8. The second is to make flaring sun charms. Its power might be higher than that of a sequence 7 or 6. Klein looked outside with anticipation. Tomorrow. I should be able to receive the report of Mr. Isaac's paranormal disturbances tomorrow. No worries at all, Dr. Z. I appreciate you popping by at all. Yeah, whenever you have to leave. Totally get it. Have a good day at work. I'll hopefully see you for the my morning stream, which will be night or dinner time for you. My next stream should start in like damn near 11 hours on the dot. Whatever you say, baby girl. Why are you like this username? Yes. 160. Seizing the opportunity. I don't know if it was because Easy was here that I was so delayed, or maybe because I'm drinking and I get more talkative when I'm drinking, so I don't know. Is my Pookie? You two are my Pokey. You two are my Pokey Bear Unhinged. The stall potion I am. Oh, I didn't know you were still here, Easy. Sorry. Sorry, that was supposed to be a joke behind your back. I apologize. I know now what it feels like. 160. Seizing the opportunity. Tuesday morning. Having completed his mysticism curriculum, Klein didn't look for a quiet corner to read. Comparison of ancient and modern names, or Nighthawk Case Compendium, and instead stayed in the break room to play cards with Leonard Kenley and Royale. I don't know who the fuck either of those are username. I don't fucking know, dude. I only told Mr. Isaac to create an opportunity for me to take 782 out. I'll still depend. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Sorry, my brother just sent me a message. What? Fuck you, dude. I'll still depend on my improvisational skills to seize the opportunity. Klein's mind wasn't on the card, so he played terribly. He lost 5 soli in an hour and felt the pinch. He planned to concentrate on the game to recover some of his cash. After he bought various ingredients for the Flaring Sun Charm yesterday afternoon, his private stash of cash reduced to less than £1 again. Bro, you'll be getting like £300 soon. Chill. You're fine. Plus, he had to pay 2 soli every day for the carriage rental fees to search for the house with the red chimneys. As they were waiting for Kenley to shuffle the cards, he picked up a copper penny before him and spun it casually. He suddenly felt Royale's gaze on him, a very intense gaze. What? Klein was stunned at first and looked at the copper penny that was about to fall. Is she wary of me cheating with divination? We're just playing cards amongst ourselves. Do we have to be so serious? He suddenly understood and slammed down the penny with a dry laugh. Just then, Dunsmith knocked on the door and entered. He looked around and said, "There's a situation in Morristown. Leonard, please handle it." Hold on, sorry, I'm gonna need to, okay, I'm joking. Take care, guys. Take care, easy. Maybe I was too late, but I hope you have a good rest of your night, buddy. Yeah. Easy is on the receiving side now. Fing Yuan did nothing wrong. I haven't read Reverend Insanity, but from what I understand, he's morally gray, so I mean, I doubt that he did nothing wrong at all. Easy's already a high sequence beyonder of the pathway. Oh, he's the Reverend Insanity author. I see. So who the... He's anime. Boofy is... okay. Boofy has brain rot. Who the Boofy's another light novel YouTuber. Oh, I see. Okay. You could say Easy was primordial. I can't believe you haven't heard of the Icarus Pathway. I tried to watch Boofy and my brain died. Morristown. Klein felt the mind jolt as he pretended to ask curiously, "Captain, what kind of situation?" Dunn glanced over and explained, "Recently, there's been a few paranormal cases in the area. Firstly, people would hear sobs when walking past the cemetery and see vague figures flash by. Then, a widow encountered her deceased husband when she woke up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. She nearly fainted from the fright. In addition, there was an elderly man who lived alone. He began hearing heavy footsteps reverberating in the house all the time. However, silence reigned once again the moment he lights a candle or a gas lamp. The people in town are believers of the goddess, so the local priest reported the situation." Oh, good lord. No one got hurt, and it almost borders on the level of a prank. It should be Mr. Azek. Klein used an expression and tone that he had rehearsed many times. "Captain, there may be a secret link for these paranormal cases to happen so suddenly. In this situation, divination could provide an important clue. I think I can help Leonard." Upon hearing that, Leonard's green eyes immediately locked onto Klein. He was apparently trying to find clues and traces from Klein's face. Dunn nodded first, but remained quiet and hesitant. When Klein saw the captain's response, he immediately added, "Some of these things could require ritualistic magic to purify them." "Makes sense," Dunn thought. "You and Leonard head to Morristown then." Without anyone saying anything, he additionally added, "You won't be able to make it for your combat training in the afternoon. I'll send someone to inform Gawain. The first step is complete. Let's go." This is like when a scam artist knocks at your front door and then they, through sweet talking, get invited in. They're like, "Step 1 complete." Klein let out a silent sigh. He quickly packed away his soli and pence. Then he suddenly paused and looked sideways at Dunn. He said solemnly, "Captain, I think we should prepare for the worst. If there's a powerful wraith behind the paranormal events, it might be very dangerous for just Leonard and I. Plus, it takes 3 hours to get to Morristown, right? Even if we manage to send a telegram for backup in time, we would still have to hold out quite a while." "So?" Dunn interrupted. "I want to get the assistance of another teammate." Klein pretended to think for a moment and said, "Yes, according to the mission rules, a mission with 3 or more Nighthawks can apply for a sealed artifact. 3782 would be most suited for this job." Upon hearing that, Leonard laughed. "Exactly your style. Careful, cautious, taking no risks." You're free for a dual cultivation. Yes, the Icarus Pathway. Red Devil. No, I'm not free. Too busy procrastinating. Oh, you're about to get fucked, Ramiro. Holy shit. Here's what you do, okay? You ignore the message for 1 hour, and then once I'm done stream, go to bed. Done. Wait, no, it's not 4 a.m. For you, it should be like 7:30 or some shit. What the fuck? Or like 8. Ramiro would rather spend time with his AI girlfriend in gacha games. Oh, I was talking in the past. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. So you were... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be fun, eh? You seem to be implying that I'm a coward. I'm a person who looked directly at the EBS. Klein pretended that he didn't hear Leonard and looked at Dunn. Captain, what do you think? Dude, can you imagine how fucking pissed, what do you call it? Dunn has got to be? Because in his mind, he was like, okay, really simple thing. We're going to send one fucking sequence 8 beyond her. Oh, she can see your last scene on WhatsApp. Oh, shit. Yeah, you fucked. Yeah, I forget. You guys use WhatsApp over there. Dude, can you imagine how fucking pissed Dunn is? Because he's like, I was going to send one sequence 8 beyond her. This motherfucker has gotten me to send a second person. Now wants a third and an artifact for a fucking prank. I'd be losing my fucking shit, bro. Thanks for popping by, username. Hope you have a good rest of your night, bud. We really should take extra care against accidents. There have been way too many coincidences lately, Dunn nodded. Kenley, join Leonard and Klein on their trip to Morristown. Hurry up and write an application. After I sign it, retrieve 3782 from Chanis Gate. Alright, the short Kenley said, yeah, I feel like WhatsApp is used a lot over in Asia. Like, no one uses that shit over here. Like, my parents use it here, but, like, we don't use it a lot in North America. At least I don't feel. Like, I might be wrong on that. But, like, I feel like it's not used a lot in, like, North America. Mainly, it's, like, really big in Asia, no? Well, kind of. Not really, but, like... Indonesia, Russia, Mexico, US. Would not have assumed US would be that high. That's kind of wild. I thought like India would be high as fuck on here. What the fuck? Never mind. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, this was, I think that was older. Sorry. That makes more sense. India, Brazil... Brazil would not have expected that. Indonesia, Russia, Mexico, US, Germany. Germany and UK and Italy. Wow. It's much higher than I would have expected. But, like, that's fucking wild. Yeah. Whoa, okay, sorry. Okay, I'm gaslighting her now. Don't use it for tonight. What's the problem? Tell her you're doing your homework, yes. We use Telegram here. It needs VPN or proxy, though. Use Telegram. Interesting. So does the U.S. government to plan fucking war plans. Or attack plans. Sorry. Don't want to get labeled for misinformation. I live in America and use WhatsApp too? Really, fool? Like, well, I guess apparently the chart shows that a shit ton of people in the U.S. do, but, like... I've just, like, maybe it's a more a Canadian thing, but, like, we almost never use it here in Canada. Like, it's kind of wild. Caribbeans use it as well. Fair enough. Biggest WhatsApp users, actually Hawaii. There's a decent chance Unhinged is just straight up fucking lying to me. I don't know. Here's the problem, Unhinged. Even if you're saying something truthful... You're the boy who cried wolf, okay? I use carrier pigeon. Yes, that's of course what we use here. Yes. Okay, she has class. I'm safe. Okay, alright. The short Kenley added, putting down the cards in his hand. Alright. Ken pumped his... Ken, what the fuck? All right. Klein fist pumped in his mind while he looked anxious and solemn out on the outside. At that very moment, Seekatron was monitoring Hood Yugen in the asylum where Fry was on duty at Chanis Gate. Klein left the recreation room and put on his black tuxedo. He took his hat and cane, then waited together with Leonard for kindling at the stairs that connected to the basement. There was no one there. It was extremely quiet. Leonard suddenly looked sideways at Klein and said, "I think you'd better give up on any unrealistic dreams." What? Klein replied in confusion. Leonard walked towards... by the way, am I mistaken? Because I feel like I recall, when I pop by Easy Stream, does he pronounce this Leonard? Yeah, I'm sorry, Romero. It was a slip of the tongue. I'm sleepy and I've been drinking. Well, I started drinking like an hour ago, but still. If the pigeon is unable to deliver the message, I will send a wild goose instead. I see. The wild goose is dangerous. Ideally, I like to send a turtle, because, you know, a turtle beats the hare. So it takes long to get there, but boy, it gets there every fucking time. It's wild. Ramiro technically is right. It might as well be he might as well be Indian, but as I understand it, he's Sri Lankan, so technically not, but really, like, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, that would be like if I'm talking to someone from the US and I'm like, "Oh, you're American, right?" And he goes, "Excuse me? Did you just say I'm American? I'm Hawaiian." It's like, well, hold the fucking phone, brother. It's the same bullshit. What are you talking about? If I don't reach platinum in Marvel Rivals, my dream will be over. Dude, I don't play ranked for a shit, dude. I don't play anything ranked. That's fucked. The geese are always outside your Tim Horton spot. That's... Yes, Devil, I forgot. Yeah, different parts of the... Yeah, I see. The geese might be more readily available. That's fair. It's officially used, but you have no idea how different... yeah, no, I have no idea. I have no idea, Ramiro. It's just, I thought in the moment while I was saying it, I was like, that's fucking hilarious. So I said it. As a Bengali, I can't fuck with that. Oh, yeah, I guess, because... Well, no, I guess conceptually, Bangladesh should be closer to Pakistan, no? Because historically, wasn't Bangladesh known as East Pakistan? Or West Pakistan or some shit? By the way, Easy mispronounces everything. That's hilarious. To be everyone, I mean, fool, I would assume that's probably true, but, like, I would assume that's true in the States, right? Like, if you're talking to someone, like, let's say you're from Minnesota or some shit, I don't fucking know, and you're talking to someone else and you're like, "Oh, where you're from?" You're not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm American." I'm gonna be fucking like, "No shit, motherfucker, we're both here. What are you talking about?" It'd be like, "No, I'm from Minnesota." And be like, "Oh, I'm from New York based." But, like, I feel like if you're in, like, Europe and someone says, like, "Hey, where are you from?" And you said, like, "Oh, I'm from Minnesota," the fucking Italian guy would look at you like, "Excuse me? What the fuck is that, bro?" You just be like, "No, I'm American, right?" East Packet. Was Bangladesh East? No. No, hold on. I'm not wrong there. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Your first collab with Easy might as well have to be a grammar lesson. Yeah, no. In 1971, East Pakistan became the newly independent state of Bangladesh. Fuck you guys. No, I'm right about that. Quite a few native Hawaiians want independence. That might be true. Yeah, I don't mean to speak about, like, any particular, like, I don't like states' rights bullshit, or I don't fucking know any of that, dude. India is actually between... Yeah, I know. Yes, Devil, I know that. That's why there was a fucking war for Bangladesh's independence in 71. The reason why Sri Lanka and India were never together in history is because we're too different? Okay, maybe. Most Americans don't leave America, so they say their state name. Oh, maybe. Okay, that may be true. I just think about like, I was thinking conceptual, especially people from Georgia. What is wrong with people from Georgia? Are they especially weird? Oh, Georgia, because country, Georgia, and state. I see. I get the joke now on hand. Sorry. I thought you were saying that people from Georgia especially always say they're from Georgia, and I was like, why? um. Okay, hold on. I have to start reading, dude. This is gonna be a fucking 4-hour stream to read 4 chapters at this rate. This is insane. Hold on. Leonard, where the fuck? I think you'd better give up on any unrealistic dreams. Yes. Even during a mission, it would be impossible for you to discover my secret and understand my uniqueness. Bro, can you stop thinking so highly about yourself? I don't give a shit about you. Did you think I applied for this mission to spy on you? I don't even have such thoughts. Enlightened, Klein chuckled. How could you be so sure that my uniqueness won't help to reveal your secret? Leonard's expression grew grave, but then he smiled. It will, huh? I shall wait for you to discover it then. When I gather more information and items, I will go to the world above the Grey Fog to do a divination. Sorry, to help you do a divination. You're welcome, Klein thought sarcastically in his head. Soon, the small-framed Kenley brought over the mutated sun sacred emblem up the winding stairs. When Klein felt the unique warmth and purity, he secretly heaved a sigh of relief. He knew that he had finally completed the very first and most difficult step in his plan of siphoning the power of the EBS, his divine blood. Then, the three of them left the security company and walked to Zootland Street. They walked towards the carriage that belonged to the Nighthawks. Yeah, dude, Leonard might as well be the fucking protagonist. Dude, I swear, when I was leaving Easy Stream and I heard him say, because I don't know, because I think you guys were saying like, oh, the 2 LOTM streamers are here. So someone said something to that effect, and I said like, and I think before I left, I said like, decline to my Leonard or something, and he read that and went, decline to my Leonard, and I went, there's no chance I've been pronouncing this wrong for 140 chapters. You are out of your fucking mind. I was like, and then I looked it up and I was like, and then I still wasn't okay. And then I asked like Google to say it, and it was like Leonard. I was like, okay, we're okay. Holy shit. Okay. Sorry. Will purifying effect bother the horse? Kenley asked anxiously. I don't want the horse. I don't want a horse that can only praise the sun to pull the carriage. He'd been a Nighthawk for longer than Klein, but he was far from experienced. No, 3782 only purifies living entities with high levels of intelligence. If not, I would be bitten by insects. I wouldn't be bitten by insects. Ah, that's very clever. I see. I didn't read the information thoroughly enough. As Klein had yet to master the skill of driving the carriage, he sat inside the carriage for the following 3 hours. He rubbed 3782 in his hand and watched Leonard and Kenley take turns driving. Wait, hold on. I think some older South Asian kingdoms did rule over Sri Lanka for some time, no? But no modern connection? Interesting. They didn't really rule. There were multiple wars over it. Interesting. Cool. See? Look at that. We're all learning some history today. And geography. And making some fun of Sri Lankans. Win-win-win across the board. except for Ramiro, of course. But you know what? Like 9 out of 10. It's fine. It's the alphabet's fault. Why can't they just... Well, yeah, kind of. It's because like English is like such a weird language, right? It's like Germanic roots, but we borrow so many words from so many languages. Like it's a fucking mess. What a dog shit language. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like to try to learn this as like a second language when you're an adult. Holy shit, this would be so hard. Yep. How beautiful. Kenley complimented sincerely as they stepped down from the carriage and looked towards the boundless golden wheat field that surrounded the town. The dates representing the volcanic constellation was coming to an end. The bumper harvest constellation was going to rule everyone's life. Leonard was in the driver's seat as he looked around and opened his mouth, as though he was going to recite a sonnet. But in the end, he only spurted one sentence. How beautiful. See, like, all that stuff, like, about him reciting sonnet, he's a midnight poet. Like, I feel like he knows the acting method, man. I know us Americans are mocked for not knowing geography, but I'm pretty good at it. Oh, really? Name every country Unhinged. Sorry, I can't. I believe you. I'm just sorry. I can't. Unhinged. When is, bro? What do you mean? When is Canada? What does that mean? Okay. Sorry. Klein held back the urge to laugh as he put down his top hat, took his cane, and got off the carriage. At that moment, a middle-aged man in a black priest gown walked over. He drew a crimson moon on his chest and said, "Praise the lady. Are you the friends that St. Selena Cathedral sent to help us?" "Yes, priest. May the goddess bless you. We're here to take care of the recent paranormal incidents." Seemingly, the gray-haired, blue-eyed seer saw many townfolk approaching as he quickly emphasized. Moorestown wasn't big. Regardless of which direction one chose to travel in, one would enter the plains within 10 minutes. The people who stayed there knew each other, so what happened earlier had spread. Many townsfolk were waiting for the Church of the Evernight Goddess to send people to resolve the problem. Hence, when they saw that priest was walking to greet three strangers, they quickly surrounded them out of curiosity and concern. Some tiptoed and some tried to hear what they were saying. Leonard chuckled and said, "Priest, don't worry, we're professionals. We've brought holy water, silver daggers, dark sacred emblems, and garlic." "Do you think there's vampires here, bro?" He took out the described items from the inner pockets of his clothes as though he was pulling a magic trick. "Garlic? Are you trying to stink the spirits to death?" Klein found it ridiculous yet funny as he watched Leonard's performance. Sear wore a look of confusion. He even started to suspect that the St. Selena Cathedral had sent over a bunch of frauds. The citizens who surrounded them revealed gratified smiles as though they were finally in safe hands. Leonard got close to the priest and explained softly, "They believe in these things." Without waiting for the priest to reply, he added, "Let's have lunch at the church first, then we'll take care of those matters." Yes, lunch is very important. When those paranormal incidents are taken care of, it'll be time to take turns looking after the sealed artifact 3782. And also the opportunity for me to make sun flare charms. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly. Of course, making flaring sun charms during the daytime would get the best results, Klein thought, brimming with anticipation. Oh, dude. I, too, struggle so much with African countries, it's not even funny. Well, okay. Here's a better question, Unhinged. How many countries are there? Because you said all 195. Is that how many countries you think there are? I ask this facetiously because there's no real actual answer. Everyone, you can give like 7 different answers and be technically true. We always forget. For a man who speaks of justice, you're no better. Wait, hold on. The winner decides what justice is. I think there are 42 countries in Africa. Oh, sorry. How many countries do you think there are total? Like, what's the number of countries? My favorite country in Africa is Chad. Mine is South Africa because they gave us Elon Musk, the savior. I can't help but make jokes. It's around 190. Yeah, that's fair. 195 is that the UN count? How many trees in the... I feel like that's a UN count, no? Oh, wow, UN is 193. Okay, I was close. Wait, hold on. Okay. My understanding of 14th century geography is better than my understanding of geography now. Well, by that state, my understanding of history is best during the Roman Empire, because they just believed in nothing beyond the Roman Empire. So one country nailed. Fucking called it. All right. Oh, by the way, Ramiro, Milos, what's the consensus? Are we doing 162 or just 161? What's the thing? Because I can't. Someone, I can't remember who said don't do 162. So what are we thinking? Okay, I'll start. Okay, let me get started. Okay, STEM boys rise up. Dude, I'm an accounting major, so I'm not a STEM, so I can't say anything. Most of the building in Morristown adhered to a style that was popular 100 years ago. The most eye-catching building in town was the Black Cathedral spire. After settling the carriage, Klein and the others quickly finished their lunch of bread, toast, bacon, butter, and coffee. We can still tolerate about 2.5 hours of the sealed artifact's purification. Kenley stood at the door of the church and took out the pocket watch from his suit. I suggest dealing with the suspected haunting incidents first to prevent the situation from getting worse. Then we can return to the church and take turns watching over the sealed artifact to recover. Give me a country and I can point it on a map about 80% of the time. Give me a map and, I don't know, like a 300 radius circle and I can get the country every time. but like I need a big fucking I need a wide berth. Under normal circumstances, sequence 9, 8, and 7 had to stay away from the mutated sun emblem for 2 hours to recover completely, or at least an hour if they wanted to make a partial recovery. Alright, I have no objections. Klein and Leonard spoke in unison. Then which case should we deal with first? Kenley asked. Leonard wiped away his frivolous attitude and said, let's start with the old man living at the house who heard heavy footsteps. Why? Kenley asked. Could this be the intuition of a poet? He mocked Leonard secretly. Leonard shifted his gaze from Kenley's face to Klein. He then looked at Kenley again, because it's the closest to the church. How did you know that? It's not written in the record. STEM boys, I think what he meant was... Yes, that was the joke, Dr. Zayev. Just... Wait, were you making a flat earth joke, Mysterious? Or... did I... Was that the joke? Was that a flat earth joke? My geography is decent, but only basic info. Totally fair. Leonard snickered. Didn't I go to the bathroom during our meal? I came across a trainee priest on the way back and had a conversation. He told me that Noah's house was close to the church. Oh yeah, the old man's name is Noah. He sure lives up to his name as an experienced Nighthawk when it comes to performing missions. Klein gave a dry laugh. He turned to Kenley and said, then let's go to Noah's house. Alright, Kenley didn't have any objections. They arrived at Noah's house mere minutes later. Noah was an old man with thinning white hair. He had lost his left hand in a war when he was younger and had no choice but to leave the army. He returned to his hometown after receiving his compensation. At that moment, he opened the door and looked at the 3 strangers in front of him before looking at the priest who was rushing over from the cathedral. He said with a raspy voice, "Come in. I hope that you can solve my problem. I heard that you brought holy water, sacred emblems, a silver dagger, and garlic. This is great. My worries have eased greatly. Please forgive my blabbering. You have to understand the condition of an old man after not being able to sleep peacefully for 2 nights. Oh, goddess. I've been so scared all this time that my head feels like it's in a cloud." Among the lower priority lessons for entrance exam, the only thing I know a possible amount is literature. Geography is not fun at all. I am a STEM boy. God-forsaken language that is English. Leonard suddenly straightened his back when he entered his house, his eyes surveying his surroundings. After that, Klein felt a cold aura within the room. There were traces of activity left behind left behind by a ghost. There really was an impure being here. Kenley was the last to notice as he suppressed his voice. Very weak, Leonard said. The Midnight Poet was a job with relatively high spiritual sensitivity when compared to all other sequence 8s in the church's record. Yes, Klein could feel the warmth and purifying energy of 3782 dispelling the sinister aura in the room without trouble. At this moment, the people of the town had gathered at Noah's house, all looking suspiciously at Klein, Leonard, and Kenley. Leonard cleared his throat and recited, "We have the blessings of the goddess. Those impure beings will vanish quickly and won't bring any more trouble." After that, he shot a look at Klein to perform a purification ritual for everyone to see. "Why me?" Klein shot a look. Of course, he didn't know if Leonard understood what the gaze meant. But clearly Leonard understood. "You're the expert in rituals." Alright, blame me for being the one who volunteered. Klein tidied his clothes, took out the holy water, emblems, a silver dagger, and garlic from Leonard. He first placed the dark sacred emblem in front of the chest, peeled the garlic, and tossed a clove one by one into the corners of the house. How is the garlic used to dispel ghosts? It's different from the descriptions in the newspapers. Will this work? The townsfolk looking at them broke into discussion, curious and excited, as though they were watching a circus. You might as well be, bro. They're just faking. It's useless. I'm just acting. Klein suddenly felt that he had become a clown. So he just needs to do this then. He closed his eyes and splashed the holy water onto the ground with a silver dagger. He splashed the water as he walked around the house, reciting an incantation. The Evernight Goddess, the Mother of Secrets, the Lady of Crimson, Empress of Disaster and Horror, Mistress of Calm and Silence. What do you mean? These typical acts of a charlatan shocked everyone present as the townfolk fell silent. And once people turned silent, it was easy for them to notice something they missed. What a warm feeling. It feels like I'm sunbathing. No. It feels like I'm looking at the pure sky. How magical. Is this the effect of the holy water? These sure live up to their names as priests from St. Selena Cathedral. Praise the lady. The townfolk discussed in whispers. The looks they gave Klein, Leonard, and Kenley slowly became that of respect. Noah also visibly relaxed, not doubting the problem he had been resolved. Wait, what difference? What? So you a STEM boy or a STEM boy? What? Oh shit, Romero, you good, man? That's it. I'm abandoning English. I fell asleep in it. Dude, Romero, go to bed, man. If you don't have any classes or anything, go to bed. This stream will be done in like 40 minutes, 45 minutes or something. And then, yeah, so go to sleep, dude. If you don't have class or anything to do, go to sleep. Holy shit. We still have things to deal with. We need absolute no, wait, what the fuck? Sealed Artifact 3782 is doing all the work here. We don't actually have to do anything to chase the ghosts away. All we need to do is stay here a minute. It's not tiring or troublesome. After Klein purified the sinister aura of every corner of the house, he opened his eyes and put away the dagger, drawing the shape of the crimson moon on his chest with a serious expression. Praise the lady. Classes are night today, so go to sleep, Romero. Man, you need it. Go to bed so you can wake up decently. So you can wake up decently, okay, and then go to classes and not want to pass out. We still have things to deal with. We need absolute silence. The townfolk, after witnessing something so professional, didn't stay. They receded from Noah's house like a tide, following the priest's lead. Even the master of the house had to leave temporarily. I actually wanted to take a nap, Noah pouted. Leonard took a step forward and closed the door. He then turned towards Klein. Do a divination on the cause of the incident. No problem. Klein also wanted to find out what he could divine. Okay. Alright, we'll try to get through it pretty quickly, Romero, because I want you to go to bed, man. No problem. I know Mr. Isaac did this, but he seems to be a rather superior. But it seems to be of a rather superior nature. A person that can live for 1,300 years must be of a superior nature, I guess. So my divination should definitely be affected. Under such circumstances, without the help of the mysterious space, even I'm not sure what revelations I would receive. Klein took out a piece of paper and a pen he brought along with him and wrote down a divination statement. The cause of the haunting at Noah's house. He held the piece of paper and walked to a round table. He then took a seat, closed his eyes, and leaned back. Clint suddenly saw a black mausoleum in his buried hazy field. It was similar to a pyramid, but stood inverted and was almost fully buried. Wait, hold on. Are you telling me what he's seeing is, let's say this is the ground. You're telling me he's seeing this? I've got to be interpreting this wrong, right? There's no fucking chance. No, like that can't be. Okay, a black fog obscured everything within the ancient mausoleum. Klein snapped awake and opened his eyes. Did you find anything? Kenley asked in concern. Klein thought for a moment and described the revelation as he received in his dream without hiding anything. What the fuck? That is wild. Okay. He ended it by saying the mausoleum was definitely not in the style of the northern continent. I mean the 5th epoch. I'm somewhat an expert in this field. Leonard nodded. That's an inverted pyramid from the southern continent. It represents the entering of another realm for the from the living world. It's a mausoleum that only the so-called descendants of death can erect for themselves, be it in the Balam Empire of the past or its satellite states such as the Highland Kingdom. I appreciate it, Milos. You're so on top of shit, man. I'll check out the art at the end of the stream because there's only one more chapter after this, so we'll just do it at the end then. In some sense, it's the symbol of death. While the ghosts are definitely related to death, the results of the divination are undoubtedly correct. Ignoring Leonard's mockery, Klein suddenly had an interesting thought. Could Mr. Isaac be a descendant of death? Or could he have made a transaction with death to obtain such a long life? Interesting. According to the chapter from Revelation of the Evernight, as well as the internal records of the Nighthawks, Death was a malevolent god, once causing a catastrophe in the northern continent at the end of the 4th epoch. Those times were now referred to as the Pale Era. It's said that Death fell to the combined efforts of the 7 gods. It's impossible to determine if the Lamed Castle was when the Lamed Castle was built, but it couldn't have been built before the Pale Era. If there was a connection, then there would be something to investigate regarding the person working behind the scenes who lives in the house with the red chimney and stole the skull of Mr. Isaac's child. Of course, this could be an excuse for the northern continent to colonize the southern continent. After all, most of the inhabitants of the southern continent believe in death. Homie, we all believe in death because you fucking die, bro. The 3 Nighthawks didn't stay for long since they didn't discover anything. They soon left Noah's house and started dealing with 2 of the other haunting incidents. The same process, the same result. They quickly rid the town of their auras of dead spirits, but didn't manage to find the cause of the trouble. Along the way, Leonard asked the townfolk if any stranger had entered the town in the past few days, but received a negative answer. Along the way, wait, I know English took 3 years of Spanish, took almost 2 years of Japanese. Unhinged, how competent are you in Spanish? I speak English, Spanish while learning Korean and Vietnamese. Whoa, that's interesting. Can you make one up for me? I don't. The thing is, unfortunately, I'm a rather profoundly uncreative person, so I don't do theory crafting very often. One of the main ones I had was. Sorry, let me pull this up again. One of the main ones. Actually, you know what? Unhinged. Give me 2 minutes. Let me finish this chapter, and then I'll say it. Hold on. Donde está la biblioteca? Yes, of course. There it is. Of course, the perfect Spanish connoisseur. Yes. Mr. Azek, he must have come and left in secret without anyone noticing him. He sure is cautious. When he said that he would be returning to Tingen by Wednesday, did he mean that the spirits would vanish on their own accord today, even if we weren't here to deal with it? Klein thought about it as he returned to the entrance of the Morse Cathedral with Leonard and Kenley. They could still last another hour and 45 with the mutated sun emblem. We'll take an hour's shift looking after the sealed artifact. Klein suppressed the excitement in his heart. He looked at the color of the sky and said, let's try to head back to Tingen for dinner. No problem. Leonard glanced at Klein and laughed, but for safety's sake, I suggest that 2 people look after the artifact while 1 rests. Klein froze for a moment, his mind churning quickly. He replied in a reply, sure, but this way we have to calculate the most logical reasoning. Who gets to rest first? Who's next? Who will be last? How much time do we need to recover? By how much? I think that we have to establish an algorithm. This motherfucker's trying to confuse this shit as much as he can. With an unknown value in order to establish the best way, then compared to the effectiveness of one person having to look over it at that time. It's even better if we compare the efficiencies too. Let's first assume the unknown value is... Okay, just hold on. If that's the case, let's look at it one at a time. Leonard was like, bro, I'm not doing all this bullshit. The person looking after it will stay in the cathedral during the shift, as it has a sufficiently large radius. Of course, we'll have to get the priest and the rest to stay somewhere else. The other 2 will stand guard outside the church and prevent others from coming close. I share the opinion. Kenley felt a headache as soon as Klein spoke of the mathematical problem. All right, Klein nodded, looking as though he was forced to do so. If he hadn't been able to convince his partners, then he would have had to make a deal with Leonard in secret, giving away some information about himself to get him to leave. But now the problem was solved. No habla inglés, soy de América. Nice, okay. So, oh, for fuck's sakes, Jesus. So one of the best theories I had was, oh, yes, Erdis, you're right. No hablo. Because habla is for tú and not yo. Absolutely right. Good conjugation, bro. Okay. So one of my, I guess my only good theory that I got, resounding feedback from everyone was, so we heard in one of the pages of Emperor Rizal's diary that once you get to the higher level sequences, so beyond sequence 4, you could take certain corresponding pathways and change and take like the higher level sequences of different pathways. So like if you're sorry, let me pull it up because it'll be a lot easier if I have it. Yes, after becoming sequence 5, Beyond or Rest can be replaced with sequences of the same level or 1 or 2 other pathways. If it's replaced from the wrong pathway, one may go insane. So Sleepless and Corpse Collector can be substituted, for example. So I'm going to have to go, someone remind him to look at the... okay, yeah, we'll do, Milosh. Yeah, no problem. Alright, yeah, we'll be done pretty soon too, so you won't miss much. But I appreciate you staying for so long, buddy. I hope you can join the morning stream. I'm thinking about it, that one might not be in 10 hours, but fuck it, we'll deal with that later. So my thought process was that originally we thought that like there were 22 individual pathways that were all like sort of together, but instead, what if it's more like this? So like there's like boxes, let's say, or like different types or some shit of pathways. And then like, let's say like, I'm going to distract him so he forgets. What? Oh, so like, what if like certain pathways that are in the same box or category or whatever the fuck are more like, instead of being separate pathways altogether, what if they're more like, let's say, like here and here and here up until sequence 5. This is 5. And then after they merge into one. This was one of my theories, that eventually, that like at higher level, they'll just stream into one sequence. And then instead of it being like 22 separate ones, it's this. And this is so neat. But then Ramiro reminded me that that this isn't conceptually true, because it's not that they become one, it's much more that you can substitute them later on. So then conceptually, what I thought of was it was more like this. So they are separate, but it was more like, what, let's say this is sequence 5 here. I wish I could imagine while I was reading the book. So, and then like once you read sequence 5, you can then like go here, and then like if you're here, you can go here, or if you're here, you can go like wherever the fuck, right? And then, like same fucking thing up here, okay? But that, so I was thinking about this earlier today. So conceptually, what it originally felt like to me was like, okay, there were like 3 separate roads, and then those roads merge into one road. But then when I think Ramiro corrected me on this, and said it was more like this than this one. I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, so then conceptually, what this reminds me of is more like a highway. So like, let's say you're driving on a. Sorry, I'm gonna turn the music off because I'm having a hard time thinking because I'm theory crafting and I don't do that a lot. So hold on, let me pause the music for a second. Okay. So and then I was thinking about this. So what if it's, instead of it being like 3 separate roads, it was more like a highway. So what I mean by a highway is that like it's one highway that's heading in the same direction. So they're all heading this way, but you're like, these are like 3 separate lanes. Like no one would say like, oh, the highway is basically just one, like what I was thinking here was like the highway was one big lane. But this would be more like there's the 3 lanes on the highway. Like you're on the right lane, you're on the middle lane, you're in the right lane. Now, I'm heading to the same place. I'm heading to fucking north. I don't know, whatever this is, right? Fuck it. But I can go to north in the right lane. I can go to north in the middle lane. I can go to north in the left lane. But let's say I'm going in the left lane. In this case, what did I say? What were the pathways that I could switch between? So let's say like sleepless. So SL for sleepless. Okay. Let's say I'm on the sleepless pathway, and then I get to level 5 here, and then it turns out that like Mystery Prior over here has like something really shiny, which in this case we'll say is like a fucking tire on the left side of the road, and I don't want to drive past the tire because I might puncture my shit. So then I can just transfer to the middle lane. I can just go pop up here, no problem. And then in the future, if I want to head back to the sleepless pathway, I can, or I can keep progressing on the Mystery Prior, or I can head to whatever the fuck this would be. But here's the thing. But I feel like my end result would still be the same, in that even though they're separate pathways, they're taking me to the same place. They're separate right now, but like a highway, regardless of whether you're in the left lane, the right lane, or the middle lane, ends in the same place. Wherever that highway ends, it's got to be the same. So like, I don't know. Let me get the... Alright, this eraser's too small. It's going to irritate me. Fuck it. Okay. So, what if at the end, what if it's not like... what if it's not like... for fuck's sake, this is so bad. Holy shit. What if it's not like this? What if it's more like separate pathways all the way to the end, even after 5 when you can interconnect, but then when it ends, you end up in one place. Like you end up north. You just end up north. That's my theory. Okay? That's my... Okay. Wow, that was a lot of talking. What did I say? God, this looks like dog shit. Why do you guys watch me? What the fuck? Okay. Okay. All right, let's get the last chapter done. Holy shit, I'm so sleepy. Oh, God. I'm so tired. Okay. Please no one record this. This is not my finest moment. I don't feel great. Cause does this make sense? Cause I was thinking about this before I was going to the gym. Cause when I was thinking about what Ramiro said, that like that you can switch to different paths, but it's not one path. I was like, I then thought of the highway analogy, and I thought this was pretty good. But okay. What pathway would you want in real life? The assassin one, of course. No, just kidding. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me open my notes. Hold on. I'm still gonna stick to Arbiter. Yeah, I think Arbiter's still probably my... Oh, God. I don't feel great. Yeah, I think I'd probably stick to Arbiter. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we gotta... I'm doing this quick, boys, because I need to go to bed. I've been up for a long time now. Okay, weak light... Oh, God. Alright, get yourself together. Weak light shone through the narrow window from high above, making the interior of Morse Cathedral a little more visible. Klein put on his top hat on his knee while he leaned his leg against the cane. He sat quietly on the first row of the left pew and looked at the altar before him. Did you catch Azek's pathway? Bro, it said he might have made a fucking deal with death. I don't know what pathway that is. Deal with death? What is he, the fucking... Okay. Let's say that deal with the death comment is right. Okay. Let's play on... Okay. Let's play on that. Let's assume that's right. If we're saying he made a deal with death, what pathway would that look like? Sleepless? That sounds like dog shit. Seer? That can't be right. Mystery prior. What is a prior? One that pries or is inquisitive. Are you inquisitive of when you're gonna die? Doubt it. Okay, not that one. Sleepless, yet again. No, that can't be that. Corpse collector. That'd be close to death. Moves on to grave digger. That'd be close to death too. Maybe that one. Sailor. Doubt it. Spectator. Spectator could also be, because death is kind of like a spectator. Hold on. Savant? No, savant doesn't make any sense. Apprentice? No, that doesn't make any sense. Marauder doesn't make any sense. Assassin? Assassin could be a deal with death, but he's not a woman, so that doesn't make any sense. Unless we're saying he's not even a sequence 7. Well, that might be pretty fucking stupid. Monster, I don't know anything about monster, so I can't say. Soothsayer, don't know anything about soothsayer. Arbiter, can't be that, nothing with death. Monster has like a sound with death, no? Monster, conceptually? Death? Monster? Nah, I don't think so. Okay. Oh, yes. Deal or descendant. Yes, devil. Yes, sorry, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Secret suppliant doesn't make any sense. Bard potion doesn't make any sense. Okay. So the two that conceptually that make sense to me are corpse collector or spectator. Because corpse collector, that seems like pretty obvious with death. What? Assassin is close to death? No, they deal in death, Dr. Z. Come on, don't make me sound stupid here. Corpse collector, because it seems like it's close enough to death. Or a spectator, because death is like a silent spectator in all of our lives. How conceptual you want to get? I don't know. Could be either of those. Corpse collector or spectator. I don't have enough information to make any more specific of a guess. I don't fucking know. Okay, you know what? Let's just... because you guys are going to keep hassling me for a fucking guess. So let's say... corpse collector is heads, and let's say spectator is tails. Flip a coin. Heads. Corpse collector. Fine, it's corpse collector. Fine. Done. That one. Okay, cool. Okay, it's fine. Corpse collector. Fuck it. I don't know. There weren't any... Okay, wait, where did I stop? Klein put his top hat on his knee while he leaned his leg against his cane. He sat quietly on the first row of the pew, looked at the altar beside him. There weren't any statues of the goddess except for a massive dark sacred emblem. Its base was black with a crimson half moon that was surrounded by radiant points of light. Yeah, if you don't know the answer, fucking just leave it to fate, bro. Like a real seer. Exactly, Dr. Z. That's there's a fucking divination from the heavens. On the wall, behind the sacred emblem, there were a few openings which allowed sunlight to shine in from the outside. Bro did a divination. They were focused into tiny specks of light which were combined with the dark surroundings to form a scene that resembled that of a lofty starry night sky. I personally couldn't do it though. What? None of the traditional gods ever left behind an actual image. Only their symbols are worshipped and glorified by people. That seems to be a manifestation of the command, do not look directly at God. Klein let his thoughts wander. He wasn't in a hurry to make a flaring sun charm as soon as he got the opportunity to be alone with 3782. He felt that he had to be careful, patient, and had to wait. Within the first 15 minutes, it was possible that Leonard and Kenley would enter at any moment to remind him of the points he should take note of. In this extremely quiet atmosphere... sorry. Yes. In this extremely quiet atmosphere, time flew by quickly. Klein suddenly snapped back to senses and took out his pocket watch, flipped it open, and took a glance. 20 minutes have passed, he muttered to himself. He then set his silk top hat and silver-edged black cane on the side, got up and walked towards the hidden corner near the altar. At first, he faced the side of the altar, but once he saw the large dark sacred emblem and the holy scenery that resembled a depiction of the night sky, he felt guilty and uncomfortable. Hence, he turned his back to the altar. Wait, sorry. Wait, hold on. Yes, too much computing power needed. Plan B, let fate do it? Fuck yeah. That's what I imagine Elon Musk's been doing for his entire life. And hey, right up until like 3 months ago, it worked out great, okay? Then Klein took out the sealed artifact 3782 from his inner pocket, bent down to place the golden unadorned badge on the ground. I really think it's for something until I shut up. I really. Klein took a look at the sun symbol that was filled with abstract meaning. He then took out the small candle mixed with sandalwood, put it right at the bottom of sealed artifact 3782. That was a dualistic ritual that he learned from EBS. He used an item that was closely related to the deity to represent him, while he used the candle to represent himself. He took a... yeah, exactly. How shameless is this guy? He's using another artifact to siphon the power of another god in my fucking church, bro. That'd be like reading the Torah in a church or some shit. He took a deep breath to ease his tense emotions. Klein then took out the items required for the ritual one after another, including the carving knife, tooth and gold slices. Sun essential oils extracted from the combination of their black-rimmed sunflower, golden-rimmed sunflower, white-rimmed sunflower, golden hand-fingered citron powder, and rosemary powder. After that, Klein adeptly used the silver ritual dagger to guide the flow of spirituality. He guided it to flow around the simple altar he created, a shapeless sealed wall. He squatted down, placed the dagger down, and extended his right hand. He lit up the candle that represented himself by rubbing his spirituality. How do you rub your spirituality, bro? That's like stealing holy water to make your coffee. But imagine how good that coffee's gonna be. That's all I'm just saying, okay? Imagine if a demon was trying to take over your body and then you stole holy water to make coffee and you accidentally cleansed yourself. Would God be mad? I don't think so. So really, just, you do that calculation. I feel like that's a net positive for God. Unhinged. That's so goodness. Those unhinged devil. Those are such good comments. Holy shit! They need to go in the Hall of Fame. Those are so good. He squatted down, placed the... No, already read that. I'm not reading that shit again. Under the flickering dim light, Klein picked up the sun essential oil and dripped down a drop onto the flame. I ain't even trying to, baby girl. With a puff, an illusory fog spread out with the slight scent of sunlight. After burning the fingered citron and the rosemary powder, Klein held the carving knife in golden slices. He stood up, took a step back, and recited in Hermes, "The blood of the EBS. You are the inextinguishable light, the embodiment of order, the god of deeds, the guardian of businesses." The water itself is precious. That's why we don't have holy water. Normal water is enough. The running... yeah. These were all part of EBS's honorable titles. There wasn't a prefix of the blood of the EBS. The ritual would require the god's response to proceed. If so, Klein suspected that EBS would recognize him as the disrespectful person that looked directly at him. Then, Leonard and Kenley would only find a pile of black ashes when they returned. Plus, the ritual had to be conducted via ancient Hermes, a ritualistic magic that stemmed from nature. Only a language without any protection, but had outstanding effects. Could allow an incantation to sidestep around the EBS and point directly to the emblem. Interesting. At the same time, as he was stealing the power from deity, Klein had no way to divine if it would be successful ahead of time. He felt that it would result in him looking at the deity again, so he could only recite it with a restrained heart. "I pray to you." Just put holy water in a 2x2 pool, then you won't run out. Why is everyone so... Well, okay, here's the thing. This is actually kind of true, Devil. Because from what I... Again, take this with a grain of salt. But from my understanding, holy water can't be diluted. If you dilute holy water with regular water, the regular water just becomes holy water. It doesn't dilute the holiness away. Because... Like, how would you conceptually try to figure out what the fucking like concentrate, like how much holy water, like, right? So it's a kind of a thing. So like you never really run out of holy water if you got like even a drop of it, or like I don't know, whatever the minimum amount is for it to be holy, and then just like dump it in a pool or some shit, or like in a in a town's water supply. Bing, you're chilling. Eternal. I pray for you to give me strength. Give me the strength to complete the flaring sun charm. The blood of the EBS, please transfer your strength into my charm. O fingered citron, a herb that belongs to the sun, please bestow your power to my charm. As the incantation neared completion, Klein suddenly felt something light up before him. The simple gold badge radiated with an intense light. As though the sun had descended onto the land, Klein suddenly found himself enveloped in extreme heat. His hair was heating up rapidly and almost on the brink of igniting. Holy particles per mole. Stop. Yes. Yes. This is what that would look like. This is going to be on your next exam, okay, Ramirez? So keep track. Can you tell me what the HPMP is? Now you'd be like, what the fuck is HPMP? HPMP? Holy particles per mole, of course. Yes, He felt, his feet felt like they were stepping barefoot on yellow sand that had been exposed to midday sun, and his face and body were greeted with hot wind blowing in every direction. In that instance, he felt that he needed to do something to let the burning energies out, otherwise he would turn into the human candle. Oh, that'd be a perfect time to say human torch, but whatever. I wish I had mysticism studies in it required almost zero thought as Klein lifted both his hands, while his thoughts were boiling over like porridge. He relied on the combination of his spirituality and the strong winds, as well as his instincts and ritualistic guidance to begin etching the symbols, corresponding path numbers, magical characteristics, and ancient incantations onto both sides of the gold slices with his carving knife. Outside the church, Leonard was standing in the shadows to hide from coming into contact with the direct sun. Why is Leonard the fucking vampire, bro? What do you mean? Suddenly, the sunlight intensified, like the hottest day of a year in early July. He squinted his eyes and looked towards the sky. He saw that the sky had no clouds or dust. It was so pure that it made people gasp. Such strange weather. Beside him, Kenley also noticed the changes in sunlight. Leonard responded with a smile and said when he suddenly turned his head. Trying to figure out why ocean vampires wouldn't work? Wait, what do you mean ocean vampires wouldn't work? Seawater is used for cleansing in Catholicism? Really? I didn't know that, fool. That's cool. But that's a cool fun fact. Appreciate it. Actually fun. Yes. Leonard responded with a smile when he suddenly turned his head. He knitted his eyebrows slightly and cast his gaze towards the cathedral. Luckily, Roseanne isn't here. Otherwise, she'd be complaining about the sun and tanning her skin. Leonard looked away and said with a smile. The blazing sunlight remained intense for a few minutes before returning to normal. If they don't breathe, they will go into a coma? Really? Extra chlorine and sodium ions remove evil spirits. It's probably like the whatever with salt, right? So it's like high concentration of salt in the water, maybe. Yes. In the cathedral, Klein's carving knife finished the final stroke. As he finished the magical characteristics that represented light, the spirituality on both sides of the gold slices suddenly melted together as the light converged onto the metal. No, this is even closer to godhood. Klein was finally relieved from the boiling and burning sensation. He examined the two flaring sun charms in his hands with a clear mind. The golden luster of the surface of charms had turned dim, and the pattern looked ancient yet complex. There was a warm, damp feeling that seeped into Klein's skin bit by bit. Not bad, but I have a more impressive trump card. He set the activation incantation for the sun-flaring charms as the word light in ancient Hermes. Wait, okay, so now, I don't know if anyone can answer this without like spoilers or anything, but are the charms that he holds basically fucking, whatever is the title for the fucking, like 372 or whatever? Like, does he have like special grade charms basically? Is that what that means? Favorite mythical creature? Imp, of course. No. Elf. Yes, exactly why you're thinking. I want light, and there will be light. He quipped and amused. Then he put a flaring sun charm into another pocket. He didn't put them... Those are some fucking devastating bombs. Okay, dope. I want light and there will be light. He quipped, amused, then put the flaring sun charms into another pocket. He didn't put them directly with the slumber, requiem, and dream charms because the flaring sun charms would decrease their efficacy period. Okay, dope. Thanks, Ramiro. Yes, the power of the flaring sun charms can be maintained for at least a year or even longer. He looked back at the mutated sun emblem on the ground. It didn't look any different on the surface, but gave off feelings, and it still gave off feelings of warmth and purity. Klein finally relaxed, quickly completed the ritual, and removed the spiritual wall. At that point, he thought to himself. He realized that his clothes were almost drenched. He was covered in sweat. The edges of his hairs were curly too. Thankfully, Klein sighed in satisfaction. He put away his things and returned to his original seat. He was so exhausted that he slept the moment he sat down, but he was woken up by footsteps. His eyes shot up and touched the flaring sun charms subconsciously to see if they were still there. Got 100% as always. Good for you. Yes, you don't look all right, Leonard asked as he entered the cathedral. Klein massaged his temples, stood up, and said, I'm nearing my limit. He took out his silver pocket watch and took a glance. Just in time. It's your turn to look after 3782. Before he finished speaking, Klein took off the mutated sun emblem and passed it to Leonard. Leonard watched Klein walk out of the cathedral, then dropped his frivolous attitude and examined 3782. Attentively and seriously, he grew confused and bewildered. Did he notice? There's no shot. Ability to rise back from the ashes unhinged, I don't know. After the shifts ended, the three Nighthawks began their journey back. Before that, they told the priest to take note of the town situation. If there were any incidents, he was told to immediately send a telegram to the cathedral. At 20 minutes past 7, they arrived at Zootland Street and returned 3782. When he had made sure that the captain didn't notice anything unusual, Klein left the company and arrived home before 8. He took out his keys, opened the door, only to see an unknown figure. It was obviously a maiden who wasn't even in her 20s. Their maid. She was in an old grayish-white dress and was wiping down the dinner hall with all her might. She had black hair and brown eyes. Her eyes were small, her nose wasn't sharp enough, and her facial features were very ordinary. It would give you a rise in spirituality. Cute. Very good. Who is this? Klein was stunned at first, then realized she was most likely the maidservant that came for the trial. At that moment, Benson lowered his newspaper and looked at his brother. He smiled and said, what the fuck is happening here? He smiled and said, a company that doesn't allow employees to leave the office on time is annoying, but it provides a salary that can counteract any dissatisfaction, Klein said. When Miss Justice's 300 pounds reach me, I'll inform Benson and Melissa about my raise to 6 pounds. That way they would worry less about the family finances. Klein thought as he put his cane aside and took off his top hat. He walked to the living hall and lowered his voice and asked, "Have you made a choice?" He had divined the information on the 3 maidservants the day before. He had found they were all suitable, hence the decision was left to his brother and sister. Yes, Bella, weekly salary of 5 solai. She was very willing and capable of learning cooking. She hopes that she can become a home chef, at which point her weekly pay will double. Her father is a factory working in the Steelworks Union factory, and her mother's a laundry worker. Benson replied with a chuckle. Of course. Another thing that led Melissa and me to that decision is that the other 2 servants believe in the Lord of Storm, and she's a believer of the goddess. I personally don't mind believers of the storm, but Melissa didn't quite like the idea. It wasn't that Melissa didn't like it. A more accurate description would be, I grieve at their misfortune and am infuriated at their refusal to resist. Yes, it was said by Lu Jun. I don't fucking know how to pronounce that. Klein recalled his sister's behavior and revealed a smile. My mythical creature's your father? Oh, unhinged, you can't do him like that, bro. Holy shit. Dr. Z, I did not know that. That's a really cool fact. That's really cool. Thank you. Benson didn't elaborate further. He put on the newspaper and stood up. Since you're back, let's have dinner. The next day, Klein entered the company in a good mood. Good morning, Roseanne looked to the left and right, then said, old Neil is sick. Let's go and visit him at noon. What say you? Old Neil is sick? Klein asked in surprise. Could it be the ritual for treating diarrhea caused severe constipation? Ramiro, I don't think that's what he means, bro. A kitsune? Interesting choice. I would let. Okay. Thanks, Del. Okay. Well, I can't judge you too harshly given my choice, but still. I will. Yes, Dr. Z, I'm just gonna finish this chapter and then this is it, yeah. Or actually these lines, never mind. Well, from the way he acted after learning the acting method, it's not impossible for him to suddenly fall sick. He's getting old, so once his mind turns frail, his body will also suffer from those ramifications. Yes, last chapter, Dr. Z. Roseanne nodded and said, yes, he sent someone to the captain to request some time off. Let's visit him at noon. Old Neil sure is pitiful. His wife passed away early and his son is busy in some other city. When he's sick, all he can do is stay at home in loneliness and helplessness. The first thing he recalled from his first visit to Old Neil's house. Listening to Klein sigh, Roseanne opened her eyes and stood and asked in shock, when did Old Neil get married? What? The word for hell was never mentioned in the Bible. It was made up from a mistranslation, an actual piece that... Make sure to eat something good? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? What? That feels vaguely like a threat, Dr. Z. I don't know how to take that. Okay. Alright, that's it for the reading. I'm just going to quickly go over the artwork channel because Milos would have a stroke if I didn't. So let's just do that. And then please don't do morning stream. Wait. Why, Ramiro? What? Ramiro, I want to try to get through as much as I can. Why? It'll be in like 11 hours from now. Is that too late? Is that too early for you or what? Make sure you really like the thing you ate before the stream. I'm just caring for your health. What is that? Oh, sorry, in that sense. Okay. I think so. I will, Dr. Z. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. I generally don't eat before I do my morning streams. I just have coffee. And then I have a second cup of coffee with me, and that's it. I don't want to miss it. it's in 12 hours, right? Yeah, so it'll start in about 11 hours, Ramiro. Would that work okay for you? It's the normal time that I stream. Would that work okay? It'll be a 3-hour stream. So 163 to maybe 170 or so, give or take, depending on if maybe 170 doesn't work, we might do like 169, 171, whatever, but like somewhere in that area. Sorry, artwork. Yes, let me just do this really quickly, and then that'll be it. But fuck, that doesn't work, Ramiro. What happened? Oh, 10. Oh, do you have night classes? Fuck, I'll be at school, but I will watch during my tutoring classes. Oh, okay. Guess I'll have to skip class. Cooked. Do you have night classes, Ramiro? Oh yeah, you mentioned you have night classes. Fuck, wait, you have class at 10 p.m. What? No, I didn't, Unhinged. Fuck you. I'm becoming more and more capable of noticing your bullshit, Unhinged. It's not gonna work well much longer. Klein with a cat. Very cute. We haven't seen a cat before. Wiz. You should from young... Yeah, night class only this day of the... Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Ramiro. Till 11 p.m.? Wait, hold on. What? Time in Sri Lanka. Okay. 9:34 for you. If I stream in 11 hours, that'd be 8:30. Your class is till 11. Oh, fuck, that's cooked. You should... Wiz, you should from... Time to change... Dude. Yeah, are you fucking telling me? It's... Chemistry? For 9... Wait, how long... Bro, are you sure, Miro? Does... Okay. Alright. Alright, bye, Dr. Z. Thanks for popping by. I appreciate it. Hope you can pop by for the morning or dinner stream for you, I suppose. Okay. Yeah. That's very cute. We haven't seen a cat before. Okay, I'm sorry about that, Ramiro, but I'm guessing something really cool happens in the next chapter if you're doing that. Leonard with a cat? Where the fuck? We haven't seen a cat here. Like, it's just because they're like signified from 6. It's a 5-hour chemistry class. Bro, you should... A type of tea. Why? What's so special about the T sound? Klein, this is very nice. Oh man, you guys were right. Your art is fucking goated. Convincing Easy was called while everyone was telling him otherwise. Wait, you managed to somehow convince him against everyone in the fucking chat? Holy shit, dude. Some master level manipulator bullshit over here. Dunsmith, very cool. Daily Simone. Man, you guys can really hear it in my throat today. But how many chapters did I get through today? I feel like I got through a lot of chapters today, no? 10 or 11 maybe. Madam Daly. This is a very cool art yet again. Leonard. Oh, this is cool. We haven't seen this before. Leonard. Man, Leonard is I'm not gay, but damn, that's a handsome man. Whew. Old Neil. Seriously, man. Old Neil is so much more put together than I would imagine. In my mind, he looks so old and frail in comparison. All the Nighthawks together. So, Klein, Leonard, Old Neil, Don. Is that Daly? I guess. Who the fuck is that? At 180, we need a 18. Oh, stop. you want me to read from what 180 to what, like the 214 number or whatever the fuck altogether? Another time I got chat to help when we convinced him a specific character was gonna die. Oh, that's mean, Unhinged, dude. That's fucking mean. Klein and Leonard sitting on a bench. Gay? Dude, what? Two homies can't sit on the bench, bro? Ramiro. Oh, no. Okay. In that case, okay, so what our plan was, so my plan was to stream until Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday I was going to take off. Saturday, Sunday, Monday I was going to take off, and then Tuesday I was going to stream again because then my exams are done. It was going to be an afternoon stream. We'll even advertise you on the Reddit and Discord. Okay. 180. I'm at like 162. I'll probably get to 170 tomorrow. Okay, so I can probably get to 180 probably on Friday. So then how about we do this? Okay. With this, I'll obviously talk about this tomorrow too, but how about we get to 180 by Friday afternoon, and then I take 1, 2, 3, 4 days off. Let's say I take Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. Let's say I was going to stream Tuesday. It was going to be a short stream because it was going to be after my exam. So let's say, fuck it. I'll skip that one. And then Wednesday, we'll do a really long stream and we'll just fucking hammer that bitch out. How about we do that? It's not going to be 18 fucking hours, dude, because I can't talk for 34 chapters. You guys are hearing my throat after 11 today. And this is after like 10 hours of fucking gap in between. This is fucking wild. But we can figure something out. Would that be cool? Actually, even like 190 is also fine. Okay. So then maybe we can do like 180 to 190 on... Oh, fuck me, dude. Maybe like... thanks, because I ain't going to be here Friday or Sunday. Oh, that works out. So, and then like when... okay, we'll figure out the specifics. Okay, later. The inverted mausoleum. Oh, okay, so cool. I did conceptually have it very close. Cool. You'll do it if your own volition. Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys. We'll figure out whatever the fuck we're gonna do with the long stream. Fuck, man. Oh my god, Marty. Scared of it as it is. Jesus Christ. We'll deal with that. Good night, everyone, or good morning to some of you. And that's it. Just need 200 to be. Just need 200 and on to be together. Okay. Well, that we can do. Like, if it's like, if I can do 180 to 190 here, 190 to 200 here, and then like Thursday we do a really long stream from like 200 to 214, we can do that. We can split those up. Okay, but like we can reach volume 3 by June. When does what chapter does volume 3 end? Because my plan is, at this, once exams are done, to be averaging about 50 chapters a week. So depending on how many it is, end of June. So let's say 2 weeks of April. So May, June. Let's say end of June, for example. That's 8 and then 11. So if I can do 50 times, 11, 550 plus the 180, 160, 170 that I'm at would get me to like 800-ish. I don't know, whatever that looks like. So it's possible. But again. Okay. Volume 2 ends at 400 something. Oh yeah, I can reach volume 3 by June. Oh yeah, we can do that. That's no problem at all. Yeah, we can do that. No problem. But whenever I start my new position, whenever I get through that process and whatever the fuck, you guys are gonna be in fucking shambles, boys. Yeah. Okay, that's it, guys. We'll leave it there. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for popping by. I think everyone here is in the Discord, but if you're not, consider joining. Just for heads up for when I go live and stuff. If you're interested and you're not currently in there, the link is in the description as always. But that's it, guys. Everyone else have a good rest of your day or nights, and I hope to see you again for the next stream. That's it.